I did want to mention, if I'm not mistaken, that during Dr. Funderburk's time here, and he's been on campus sometime in the last few months, but I think he comes back for football games sometimes, but Eastern's average salaries went from near the bottom of all the comprehensive universities to the very top. And so he was pinching pennies, but he was doing it
exactly.
for the
That's
right,
what I
for the right reasons.
Exactly,
yeah.
for the right reasons. Yeah, so he's plowing it back into the salaries.
Well, you've mentioned Bob Kustra several times, and were the two of you fairly close?
Well, I mean, I first met Bob when he came here to interview, and then later when he became president, and then of course got to know him better when he asked me to serve as interim dean. Since that time, we've kept in contact, and I would say that we've become friends over the years.
But he didn't last very long. How do you assess his presidency here? Did he make some mistakes, or?
I don't know. I will assess his presidency as very positively. It was short, but I think it was full of energy, and he came with a lot of new ideas. He was is an extraordinarily dynamic person. I think that the organizational changes that he made were organizational changes that I was very much in favor of. I very much supported the reformation of the College of Arts and Sciences well before the fact that he would consider me to lead it.
Well, what about Joanne Glasser? You were still Dean of Arts and Sciences when she came. How did the campus change? She was still here when you left.
She was still here, but I think I wasn't here long enough to assess President Glasser's impact on the campus. I know that she made a lot of changes. Okay, as did Bob Kustra. Okay, but I think Bob made the changes in a different way from that which President Glasser did. I think that the folks who were impacted negatively under Bob because of the changes that he made, I think, for the most part, had some compensation for it and found themselves in positions that they may not have preferred, but
they weren't cast aside.
They weren't thrown overboard.
Yeah.
President Glasser had a different style. With that, I have to say that she was always extraordinarily gracious to me. I think she was a very difficult person if you reported to her directly. She was very, very demanding if you reported to her directly. I didn't report to her directly, so we had a different sort of relationship. She was very gracious to me. She invited me back to give the commencement address, which was a signal honor for me, and so I appreciate her.
But in many respects, she was dependent on you and people like you in terms of keeping the academic side going the way that it needed to, because she was not an academic.
Yeah. I never felt that she was dependent on me.
Well, I think she was.
So, yeah.
We're at our last question, and I've asked everybody this on the program. You were here a little over 30 years. Just in general, how do you think Eastern changed during that time, and how did it stay the same?
I think essentially we stayed the same in terms of our mission. Okay, I think that we are, as I've just been talking about, still a school of opportunity. We have still a geographic area that we at least focus on. We have many, if they're not a majority, are first-generation students. We have a sense of service to the region that goes beyond educating the students of the region to serving the industrial, the social needs of the community at large, of working with the community, whether it be Richmond, Madison County, whether it be southeastern Kentucky, which is also true of Xavier, by the way. So I think that essentially we've stayed the same. We've grown. We've grown in terms of simply our size. I think we've grown academically. I think we're a stronger academic, or Eastern is a stronger. I still talk of it as us, even though we're still a stronger academic. We're a stronger academic community than we were. I know that as chair and dean here, I was always impressed by the caliber of the faculty that we were able to hire, and I think the increasing caliber of the faculty that we were able to hire over the years. I used to say to myself and say to others, you know, when I was chair, or certainly when I was dean, that I'm glad I'm not applying for a job here now with the record that I had when I applied. Yeah, yeah. Because I wouldn't be hired, you know, and that's true. I'd have to have a much stronger record. So we've grown. Of course, you were third choice even when you did come. Well, I had the haircut. So, but I think we're stronger academically, and better facilities. And of course, we're all waiting to get that science building built, which is sorely needed. But we do have better facilities certainly than we had then. But that building where Vickers Village was is certainly a very impressive building. And I don't know if you've. Oh, the Yes Biz. Yes, I've been through that, and my understanding is that plans are going ahead for the Performing Arts Center, so that we can give the Norton Center some competition. Yeah. So that'll be wonderful for the community and for the school. Well, thank you all for joining us on this episode of EKU Then and Now. I guess you can tell that Dominick Hart and I are old friends and sort of catching up a little bit with you listening in. I hope you didn't mind that. We have been talking to Dr. Dominick Hart, longtime chair of the English department at Eastern and dean of Arts and Sciences, who had a long career here at Eastern. So thank you, Dom, and thank you for joining us. Please join us again on our next EKU Then and Now. Thank you, Paul.